Hey, what's up guys? So today's video is going to be super basic. Recently, if you guys haven't caught some of the streams, I've been playing with different streamers. I don't know, it just feels like there's been a lot of people coming back or just like asking me basic questions. And while I do have a bunch of guides on my YouTube channel, this is more of a condensed version of kind of different videos we have on the channel. This way you can just send this to your friend that sucks at Counter-Strike and is blaming the game and just be like, bro, can you just watch this real quick and try to get him to hopefully maybe ease some of those pains. Hey, what's up guys? Gonna take you away from the video here real fast to talk to you about today's sponsor, CS2. As many of you know, I've worked with them for a long time, and if you guys are unaware of what their site's about, they basically do fast trades and they have a marketplace. You can trade anything you want in the trade mode. They have super low prices that are lower than Steam. They got like a million skins, and if you want to buy or purchase something instead, you can always use PayPal or crypto as well for the marketplace. If you're looking to get rid of your skins or you're looking to move on some skins, they also have an instant sell feature as well, which is absolutely sick. So they've changed the prices recently to give better pricing on the instant sell as well. And if you're super into it, you can also look and buy for something brand new almost instantly on the spot. So if any of this sounds interesting to you, make sure you guys check out my link below that supports me. And without further ado, let's send you back into the video and I'll stop yapping. Let's get started with the most important thing that nobody tells you how to do: Counter-Strafing. In Counter-Strike, we're on ice skates. That's the best way to visualize it. It's the easiest way to understand. When you move left and you let go of your left strafe key, you do not stop moving. You actually glide. And when I hold right and then I let go, I glide a little bit further. This is where the term counter-strafing comes from, because you have to counter your strafe to stop moving to become accurate in Counter-Strike. The way you do this is when you're moving left, you tap right. When you're moving right, you tap left. And by doing that, you make yourself accurate instantaneously and able to shoot. I completely understand. If you never played Counter-Strike before, if you stop holding your left key, why would you still keep moving? Your character has momentum and it's carried through even when you let go of your strafe key based on how fast you're moving when you let go. Next thing up, spraying. Spraying is king in CS. Master the spray, you're off to a great start of how to play Counter-Strike. Similar to Counter-Strafing though, this is one of those things where if you like come, for example, Valorant, I know the big spooky V word.
Spike down A.
Valorant, you're incentivized a bit more to burst, and if that's where you're coming from, you're gonna not be so comfortable spraying. And I've seen this a lot with players that started with Valorant first and then they come to CS. Spraying is better. You can still go for some sick one taps and they are so satisfying, and you should when you're absolutely feeling confident in yourself and you're trying to obviously get some clips, but you should master the spray. And the easiest way to master the spray without going into a server every single day and shooting 30 bullets at a wall where somebody tells you how to counteract the spray, just shoot the wall, learn the pattern, blah blah blah, and then like just counter it. Whatever, who cares? We don't care about that. I'm sending this video to my friend that sucks at Counter-Strike, and I just want him to not totally be a bot right now. When they have an AK or most guns in Counter-Strike, just understand that the first 10 bullets basically just go up in a straight line. One got a little wild there because I went a little too far, but essentially it's just straight up. So the trick is you basically are going to do what I'm doing with my crosshair right now, which is I'm just going to pull down slightly, like just like this. And when I do that, your spray stays a lot tighter, and this is going to be how you're getting most of your trades in Counter-Strike. It's going to get a little wild sometimes, and if you go past 10, you're going to be in for a bad time, but just know, get used to countering the recoil, get used to dealing with that spray that's just going up in a straight line, and you're going to be off to a much better start than trying to learn the entire spray pattern full 30 bullets, because you're also just not, if you're in a fight where you're using all 30 bullets on one person, you're probably dead either way. I lagged. For the love of God, both of you should have died. Like, it's all good. Whatever. So, yeah, you in the back.
How many body shots is it to kill someone with the spray down? Like 4? 3?
4. It depends on the gun. 4. I'd say 4 in general. But also, if they have armor, legs take more damage than chest. Even so. Ooh. Funny enough, if you're shooting the legs, you're gonna do more damage. Also, if you shoot them right in the nutsack, or like at the bottom of their stomach, or like right in their nuts, you can 2-tap them with a deagle.
What?
Like, like right there.
What?
Yeah, right there.
Wait, what if you hit them in the knee pads where there's armor?
Nope. No, we don't care. This is just all fake knee pads.
Oh.
If you find yourself spraying, so you just go for the legs?
Yes, if they're like planning and like say the guy's got his head tucked like into the wall like this and you're coming from over there, You're gonna see his legs. It'll literally be better if you can remember to shoot his legs. Yes.
Huh.
Crosshair placement. You do not need to put your crosshair on corners and follow it all the way around corners like this. You're just wasting mouse movement. It's harder to do. You're gonna make it so if you peek anyone or fight anyone, you're gonna be in for a bad time. If I'm peeking a ramp, I don't want to go like this. Essentially want to try to visualize where your fights are gonna be. If somebody's gonna be at the bottom of ramp here, I want to pre-aim that instead of trying to follow the angle when I come up here and then peek. It's so hard to do that. You're making the game so much harder on yourself. It's okay. If you know where somebody is, you can hear them. That's why you got your expensive headset. That's why you got it, right? If you hear somebody at the bottom of a ramp, you don't need to go around and like creep around the corner. You need to pre-aim. This is with your crosshair placement, put it through the wall and then peek. This is going to take a while for you to get used to. You know, this is concept of understanding where someone can be and then pre-aiming for it. It'll take time, and understanding that concept should hopefully help. First fight's always here. So I'll look here, and that's where my crosshair will be at first. Then usually it's like right across is where the next guy can be. And then there's a coffin right here, so I'll peek like this, see? And then there's another angle right here. And then there's another one right here. And then there's an Ebo one right here. And then there's one on the pillar here. And there's one on new box here. And then also there's a couple spots up here that are good. And then if I know I'm gonna, this should be smoked, but bang, bang, bang. If you're brand new to CS, you don't know where to look, just try to keep your crosshair up. You have your crosshair down, it's gonna make everything much harder. And as you learned the 10 bullet spray down just a second ago, if you're starting at the ground, that means if you're gonna spray, that means now you have to bring your crosshair up, then pull it back down. So keep your crosshair up so that way when somebody hopefully walks into it, you can just immediately start spraying, pulling down, and you have a lot more success. And then once you know where people are, don't waste time putting your crosshair on the corner where they might be. Try to put your crosshair where you can just literally hear them and line that up and visualize it. This is easier said than done. It's going to take a lot of time. Be patient with yourself, but understand these concepts. So we're just talking about crosshair placement. Now let's just talk a little bit about angles. If you are closer to the angle where the fight is about to happen, you have the disadvantage. If you're further from the angle where the fight's about to happen, you have the advantage. So Inferno, this is a super common angle, common fight. Space in which he has to move out to see me is significantly worse than how far out I have to move out to see him. And in fact, if he peeks it poorly, or even in some scenarios, I'm going to be able to completely see his body without him being able to see me. So right now, he literally can't see me, and I can see him the entire half of his body. A lot of people struggle with this, and that's because he's right up against the wall. Now, if he were to back up against this wall, he'll start to be able to see me and it'll become a little bit more fair, but I still am further away from that angle, meaning I have the advantage and it's harder for him to see me. It also makes it so if he peeks into me, he's at a pretty big disadvantage. And back to crosshair placement, the only chance he has in killing me truly is if he has great crosshair placement and good anticipation of me being on this angle. I have a huge advantage on this angle. You're not completely out of it when you're at the quote unquote losing angle. There's actually a lot of ways to manipulate the angles. So yeah, he actually, you know, is at a massive disadvantage the closer to the wall that he is. But if he knows that and understands it, he can actually swing close to the wall and he'll actually be incredibly fast on my screen, making it almost impossible to shoot him. So obviously, if you're like walking up like this and you're Sam, you just kill me, right? It's a freebie. So the way I would deal with Sam is then I'd learn how to know where the angle is and I'd move past it to fight him. And then this is where like a whole bunch of things all come together. So I know where the angle is, I swing past it, I counter strafe, and then I'm using my pre-aim to shoot him.
I feel like I have that problem where I don't wide swing because I just like inch the corner and then I suck and I die.
Yeah, yeah. If you like walk up like this, you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna peek him. Yeah, you're just dead.
Yeah.
Like you just died right here. And then you're like, what the? You're gonna go zooming by, and then that's also the disadvantage with being further back on the angle. Yes, being further back on the angle allows you to peek into me easier, but it also makes you move slower across my screen, meaning maybe I don't have to have some external assistance to actually kill you and hit you. So these are things to just keep in mind, you know, and you're going to learn a lot about angles in CS. You're going to learn what are the good ones and what are the bad ones. But the whole theme of this, now you have a little bit of knowledge and hopefully how it works. So you can start trying to dissect what went wrong in some of your engagements and fights in Counter-Strike 2. Dick. Last but not least, this is a bit unique and honestly not something I would ever really make a video on, but it was asked of me recently in like the streamer 10 mans, And I think it's actually how a lot of people feel in games, and I think it was a great question.
I was gonna say, what's your best advice for playing against someone that is like really unbelievably good and you suck? What should you use?
If you're trying to deal with somebody that's like clearly better than you, hide. Now, obviously, you can't hide everywhere and everything and all the stuff that you're doing, but we'll use CT side. And yes, I realize this is easier to explain things on the CT side, but let's talk about like B on Inferno. A lot of players, when they're new, you know, they're gonna basically like, it's like, man, I'm just outclassed. But you also, like, I see it all the time. They still end up like trying to take fights. Nobody said you had to fight fair in Counter-Strike, and nobody is going to make you fight fair if you don't want to. The best thing you can do as a new player is make them work for it. Become the hide and seek champion. Does that mean that you can completely give up the bomb site and hide in church? No. But does that mean that maybe you give up car? Maybe you sacrifice having an M4 and you have like MP9 and nades all the time and you just try to completely block off the area as much as you can? Yes. And by forcing them to like have to run through all of that stuff and work through all of your utility that you're throwing and hopefully kind of like spacing out a little bit, what I mean is, like, you know, if you're super new, throwing the smoke and then waiting for the smoke, and then once they run in, then throwing the molly, and then maybe you play for retake and all that kind of stuff. Just make it obnoxious for them to deal with, because the chances are you might have someone on your team having a pretty decent game. And if you can just allow yourself basically to not just be a free kill and make them work for it, you'd be surprised at how much more success you have. Don't just like give a bunch of audio cues, right? Don't just like run around in CT and then like try to fight them. Maybe just plant yourself over here in like a little hiding spot. You'd be surprised how much like their teammates on their team might not know how to smoke CT or might not care to, and they just run out and give you a free kill. Or maybe you should hide back sight at triple. Instead of fighting them head on where they're hoping that you do, you just hide. Now, this requires a lot of the times, if you're playing with other people and you're not stacked, you need to tell them that you're hiding and you need to communicate. But this kind of like philosophy of making them work for it, if you're feeling outclassed in a game, I think a lot of people struggle with. Like, honestly, man, like the amount of times I play with somebody, and I fall into it too, but you're having a bad game and you try to like force yourself into a good game, and sometimes you just can't do that. In my opinion, using your utility, and then on the CT side, making them truly have to clear positions to find you, and communicating with your teammates so that way they know where you are and how they can get value off of your positioning and what you're doing. And then on the T side, either try to be the first person in, but understand that you can't just run through everything and expect people to be behind you. Or if you're really good with nade utility and usage, just try to like, don't micromanage people, because a lot of people just shut down, but maybe just offer things in certain situations. If you see somebody go somewhere, I could flash this, I could smoke that. As soon as you start telling people what to do, trust me, they kind of just shut down, or they just like have the mental capacity of a potato. So suggest things, don't demand things or tell them. If they don't want to listen to you, all good. Just hang out and try to bait them and get some kills, because that'll help fuel your own confidence and hopefully get back into the game a little bit. Yeah, so I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. A lot of you guys still aren't for some reason. I can literally see that, you weenies. So make sure you like and subscribe. In the comments, let me know if you have like any other maybe like quick fire rapid question type scenarios where we could maybe rip through another video like this, where it's less of an entire video dedicated to one concept, but more so brief reminders where, you know, if you have some friends coming back to the game, I, you know, hopefully can help maybe bridge that gap and catch them back up. Or if they're brand new and they just don't really have the attention span to watch 4 different YouTube videos, you can send them one and hopefully get them to acknowledge a couple of the concepts of the game and help them have more fun playing the game.